your SEO, does it lessen your optimization in regards to getting ranked for a specific product? You know, because it's assortment. There's so many different ones, right? You're trying to.
Well, I think the problem that we would have, say, you know, with this large retail store is they literally sold everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did one on camping and mosquitoes, and I did one on how to a product that looked after ladies' high heel shoes. So the issue there is that every blog post might attract a certain customer. So their category. So if we look at the way the permalink's set up, so you've got your domain name, you've got your category, and then you've got the name of your title of your blog post, which hopefully has got your product in it if you've done your homework properly. So that obviously it's very diverse. One thing I think we need to sort of recognise is that most people will read only about 3 blog posts before deciding to commit or leave the website, and that they don't necessarily read them in any particular order. So your websites are floating around, if you like, up there in the ether. Sorry, not your websites, your blog posts, and somebody will come along and go, "Oh, I'd like to read that." And of course, if you've got your Jetpack or your other plugin set up nicely, they'll get to the bottom and it will say you might also be interested in this, this, or this, and they might click on and read one of those. If your shop's got a really good theme, you know what I mean, and it's, you know, like, again, if we look at cat toys and cat products, and I would use a group of keywords in the opening paragraphs, even if I was talking specifically about one thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
That does. But when Google searches it, when somebody searches it, and you have a page dedicated with blogs, does it just go to the blog page, or does it go to a specific post on that blog page?
When you search for something, where do you get taken to?
I get to a specific page.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even though the blog is on one continuous page, right? I mean. Okay.
No, you'll find let's go to this blog post here for Kitty Cat. You'll find that if you search "why do cats purr," okay, you don't get taken to this. This is the blog page with the blog. With the blogs on it. You get taken to this actual.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you can see up here in the bar, it says and I've set this up. So My Kitty Cat Club / why do cats purr. Okay. So if you were to write "why do cats purr," this will come up as one of the Google will bring up on the search page. This will be one of the options. Eventually, it won't at the moment because this actual website's in the sandbox. And you know, there we go. There's our website, and Jetpack can put down these lovely things here. We've got some social share buttons, and at the moment, like I said, new site, no call to action because I know what I want to do with it, but I haven't got it set up yet. So yeah, and that's what I say. You know, people get quite they get too worried about everything online. Well, they put too much energy into one particular area. What we want to remember is that, you know, this blog post here is just going to be part of hundreds. So if I take you to its, I'll just say its sister site. So let's go to My Puppy Club. Okay, so My Puppy Club was started about 18 months ago. I think I've mentioned this site before. I'm a qualified canine behaviourist and dog trainer. Is it going to come up? Yes, thank you. And I know a lot about dogs. So I left my business behind and I thought, what am I going to do? So anyway, it was all in my head. So this is what this website's about.
So you must have been a big fan of Caesar Milan then before he passed away, right?
Oh,
No. You didn't like him, eh?
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know much about him, but I know he was good with dogs.
Well, that's debatable. What he did do, though, is he planted the idea in people's heads that they could hire a private dog trainer to come to their home. And he did every dog trainer in the world that really big favour. Because before that, people thought they had to go to classes to have their dog trained, which they can. Which is a great idea.
The irony of all of it is that he was killed by a dog.
Well, and that's because of the techniques he used, and I'm not going to go down that path because I'll talk for hours about it. But the sort of techniques that he used with dogs, unfortunately, encouraged aggression.
Ah.
And if you want to talk more about it, I'm happy to talk for hours about it. But yeah, and I
don't know much about him, so
yeah, and I think it's really sad, and I wouldn't wish any harm on anybody.
No,
but yeah. So, but like I said, he certainly did dog owners and dog trainers at the World of Good, because I made a lot of money going out to people's homes, door to door, not door to door, but one-on-one lessons. But usually that was the first thing I have to say was, they'd watch Caesar Milan, and I'd say, right, the first thing we're going to do is we're not going to do these things, and I'd have to explain to them why. But yeah, anyway, so this is this website, which is as you can see, it's very similar to my kitty cat. The kitty club is my puppy club. But the big difference is this has over 830 blog posts on it. So keeping and having to remember that. So this is an interesting one. This was a portraits of a dog who didn't make it. Now I came across this, and I went to the original website, and actually got to have a little bit of chat with the people. Is that this guy's an artist? He was retired. And he was devastated to learn that 5,500 dogs are euthanized every day in the United States.
It's like that with cats too.
Cats, it's even higher.
Yes, it is.
He would paint the portrait of 5,500 dogs, and he got people to send him the photos of the dogs. He has a website now set up called An Active Dog, and this was really clever marketing. He actually has a media page on his website where I could take information. I could even cut and paste the article, but I didn't, because I like to, I want my articles to be 100% original. So I rewrote them, and I rewrote it with a little bit of flavour that I liked. But these are images. These are images of him painting these amazing portraits. And what I thought was really interesting was that the emotional toll it took on this man. But
absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, so what we have here, so there's 830 articles on this website, right? So now that article is particularly about rescue dogs, so that's its category. It's also, there's a lot of influence to shelters and dogs and all sorts of stuff. You'll see down here under the related comment, they've given three different ideas of what you can do, including your dog in a wedding. Anyway, so yeah. So that's getting used to this idea that all the blog posts you put up there are not going to be viewed in chronological order. They could just be picked out, and we'll just pick something out of the blue, and that's how they're going to engage with you. So if you're selling something on a shop, and if they're looking specifically like for that awesome torch. We live in the country, and we don't have street lights. We don't have any form of lighting outside the house. So torches are really important to us. And getting the right torch is really important. So you could have a shop about camping gear, and write a really, really cool article about a torch. And if someone's looking for it, they'll find it. They'll click on go through to your shop. They might buy it, and while they're there, they might go, I need some tent pegs. I need this, I need that, and they might add to that as well. But again, how you set up your shop page is really important, because it should give related related products to while they're going through the purchase process. So, yeah. Does that sort of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
It does to me, yes. It's, in my opinion, as long as you use the tags, you have relevant pictures and information, and you do it a lot when you first start, like a few times a day, then you should be okay. And then Google will do most of the ranking. You don't have to actually become like, oh, I'm going to get a keyword whiz and study. Because there's some people who are weird. They're like, oh, you need to study Google AdWords and see what's converting. And then what happens is it becomes into a chess match where it can be simply, I want to write about what I want to write about, and I'm going to use relevant pictures and videos.
Yeah. And you've got to be authentic. You've got to be, and you know, the Google keyword ad thing will change every day. So I think, and I've mentioned this before, one of the best ways, if you want to know how well your article will rank, is write it, put it somewhere away on your hard drive, wait 2 or 3 weeks till you can't quite remember what it was about, and then try to search it just using your search function on your computer. And you'll go, hang on, it was about something to do with rescue dogs and some bloke called Mark, and you put something in, and how quickly it's found, it will give you an indication of how quickly someone searching on Google will find it. And that's where you might need to tidy up your titles and those first few paragraphs or first few lines where you're putting your keywords in. But people don't search keywords. People put in questions. Why do cats purr? You know?
Yeah, I was going to say, when I was told and taught about that, what you were just talking about, now I've lost my train of thought. I hate that.
It happened to me the other day.
But what were you just talking about? Refresh me.
Oh, about, I've forgotten too. Dan and I are having a senior moment. I'm just reading the chat box.
You were talking about like AdWords and stuff and things like that. And
the keywords.
Searching. Oh, searching. I was told that if you're searching for your blog posts and stuff, to do it under the incognito mode, so that way it looks as if you're just somebody out there, not you looking for your own content, because you'll see how it's ranking, where it's better than if you do it as if you're logged in under you looking for it.
Yeah, that's a great tip, actually. Yeah, very good. Well done. Yeah, and that's a good way to do it in an incognito tab. Yeah. Dawn's just asked in the chat box, how often should you resubmit your site to maps, and do blogs affect that? I don't know. I don't have. I do have 2 businesses that are registered with Google Maps. One of them was the dog training site that I sold a few years ago. Google Maps really helped that site because it was a local dog training centre that people needed to find. So registering your business with Google Maps is a really, really good idea if you've got a place where people need to come or find, and they need to find you. Obviously, dog training online is really difficult, so people like to go, they like to meet people, and dogs need to socialise with other dogs. So that as a business, that was a really good idea. It really helped the findability and of that particular business, because people would say dog training in the area was Pakenham. I need to have my dog trained, and what would happen is they'd have a list of websites and Facebook pages would come up, but at the top was a map where it says, and the messy paws dog training, and then bang, yeah.
I kind of mean the analytics, like the site maps you submit your site maps for the Google crawl for analytics. Do you know about that?
No, I don't know how it affects it. I haven't heard anything about it. Yeah. I certainly haven't heard anything on the traps about it. Might be worth having a look at though. Absolutely. And if it works, why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.